What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the midweek live show. Welcome to Mad Red United, the home of real football talk. And tonight is just a little bit, something a little bit different. I'm going to come to you guys for all the things that's on your mind, any sort of topic that you want to get off, get your points across, anything Man United this week, because it seems to me like everything in the news is just Manchester United at the moment. It's like they cannot get through a week without surviving off, with no Manchester United news. It is just me tonight. It is you lot in the question section. Let me know. I've got a few people. I started this off on Instagram already. A lot of people have got some questions coming in, and I'm just going to try and get through as many of these as I can first. And I'll come to everyone in the live section as always. So, quickly, first question. Marcus Sylvester 1 on Instagram wants to talk about Dean Henderson and Angel Gomez. I think you can add Brandon Williams to that. I've made the thumbnail all about that. So it kind of looks like I'm going down United's youth section here, doesn't it, really? And the players who are looking like they're going to get contracts or reportedly are pretty much nailed down for new deals going on. Gomez, I've been told, is done and dusted. We're hearing that Brandon Williams is getting his. And now Dean Henderson, who is obviously at Sheffield United still on loan, is supposedly getting his new contract as well. So you can see where United are going and trying to tie down the younger talents. Obviously, we did it with Chong towards the back end of the season. It was a bit of a surprise for a lot of people because he wasn't getting as much game time, or even when he was getting game time, wasn't really producing the goods for our standards anyway. But Gomez definitely won. And it's strange how Chong got game time, but I think Gomez didn't get hardly anything. We just did not see him. And it's weird, but I think it's like, where do you fit him into that team right now? That's the question for Gomez. We spoke about it in the live show on Sunday, as you know. Where does Gomez fit in? I think that's the thing. United are actually tying down the right players in terms of the contracts. I just hope that he gets his chance on loan. We're hearing that Henderson is going to go back on loan to Sheffield United. So De Gea number one, it's no big deal. Our goalkeeping situation is just the best in the league, to be honest. So we've got no issue at all there in the goalkeeping section. If Henderson goes out on loan at Sheffield United for another year, no issue with me. And then we'll see when that season's over next season. Brandon Williams, no-brainer. He is second probably to Shaw at the moment in terms of that left-back role. Unless we play five at the back, then it's Shaw and it's Brandon Williams. But for me, Brandon Williams, no-brainer in terms of his deal. Definitely 100% the right one. I've said that this guy is going to be United captain. He is captain material already in the way he actually... The maturity of the kid is just unreal. If you get to watch him play, live, you can see it. You can't always see what the players do off the ball when it comes to watching it on TV. And I know that's what I'm going to miss I know we're going to be happy getting football back, but I am going to miss the live action when you're there and you can see things and how players react and are actually in touch with each other on the pitch. It's so much different when you're there watching it. I know you don't see all the angles that you get on TV, but you can see what the players are doing and what they're working on a little bit more because the cameras are not always on the actual players that are doing stuff behind where the ball is. That's where it's important for me. And you can see that in Brandon Williams. Quickly, I know people have shouted this out already in the comment section about Arsenal getting battered by Brentford. Yeah, that one is a good one to bring up, actually. Yeah, it's typical Arsenal, isn't it, really? And I think we'll touch on that a little bit as well before we finish, I hope, anyway, because I was going to bring up a point about the newcomers or the new challengers, you could say, the likes of the Newcastles, the likes of the Evertons going forward. Are they going to be replacing certain teams that are usually there in the top six? We'll get into that in a minute anyway. Just going to get into a few more questions. Next one comes from Statman Baines on Instagram, says, do Pogba and Rashford come straight back into the team versus Spurs? Yes, for me they do. A lot of people don't think so. A lot of people are using them not playing football for so long as an excuse for them not to play. No one's played for over 2 months now. They've all come back at exactly the same time. Injury or not before, everyone's going to be at the same fitness levels. So if Rashford and Pogba are fit, then people would then argue, well, form-wise, United were playing the best that they've been under Ole and the best we've been for a few years before this lockdown started. So why should that team or anyone in that team get dropped? I would just say, look, we're on a final push here now for top 4 and a chance of 2 trophies as well, because all these competitions are going to be back on. So play the best team that you've got. Rashford always gets into the best team at United. There is room for Pogba and for Bruno Fernandes, which is another debate. Can you play them both? I think you can. I think United only need one holding midfielder. And this all comes down to all at the end of the day. But for me, definitely Pogba and Rashford both come straight back into the team. Next question comes from Johnny Bam 1992. What do you think Mason Greenwood's best position is? Number 9 off from the right wing. He's definitely a striker. I think he will be the one in the future who's probably going to challenge Martial for that number 9 spot. I think Rashford's going to nail down that left-hand side attacking position. That's where he always produces his best football from. He scores a lot of his goals from that position as well. He can play up front. And for me, I still see his left-hand side cutting in where he is more dangerous. I mean, that Liverpool game, when he tore Trent Alexander-Arnold a new one, and you know what, when he came in against Spurs earlier on in the season, no, the keeper should have done better with it. But you know what, cutting in from that side, he's always a danger from that side. So I see Greenwood as a 9, really, because I think we are going to go out and try everything we can to get Sancho. And if Sancho comes in, that's the right-hand side sorted. So really, Greenwood's not going to come in there. He is going to be fighting for that number 9 spot. And I think he's going to be a challenge, because if you give him a chance with that sort of service coming in, with a Pogba and a Bruno as well, then he's going to get more and more goals, isn't he? We talked about him on the Sunday show. I mean, what was it, 44 and 47 in all youth football in terms of goals? And he's got 12 this season in the first team. The guy scores goals with that quality around him. You put him in there, Martial's going to have competition, and he's only going to get more mature now as he goes on. Transfers, Z1 Chell says, transfers, we know about the transfers. We know who we want. I think everyone is coming to the realisation that the situation as it is, United probably are only going to be looking at getting, one player in, and it does look like Sancho. I know Van der Beek, and a few people have asked me about Van der Beek. So if anyone asks me about Van der Beek in the questions, I'm going to go through that now. Like, where would you play Van der Beek if we came in? It's Shartak Zaf says there in the comment section, Van der Beek over Grealish. I like Grealish. I do. I just like the mentality of Grealish. Van der Beek is good. He's on the radar of Real Madrid, but it's said that Real Madrid are pulling out of that now. They're not looking to spend any money. So obviously the situation is that it's hitting Spain harder than what it is other clubs. We don't even know, because all it is rumours from United at the moment. We could be in the same boat yet. We don't know. We're just hoping. I can't see us not going for Sancho, because, I mean, Romaro's already come out and said personal terms are agreed. There was rumours here today that we'd already tabled another £80 million bid with 20 million in add-ons. So it's all hearsay. I know it's no definites, but for me, Van der Beek, good player. You play him in a sort of 8 role, wouldn't you? He's a controlling the game type of player. A lot of people said he's a replacement for Pogba. For me, not there yet. As quality as he is good, but he ain't no Pogba right now. So for me, where would I play him? I just don't. Could you fit him in that team right now? Because we've got the Bruno, we've got the Pogba. Van der Beek is really not a player that we should be going for. Is he one of them that we're looking at or being linked with simply because he is available? Is it one of them? He's available, United getting on him. You know what I mean? Van der Sar, people like that talking. It's just one of them, innit? Do we need a Van der Beek right now? Unless Pogba goes, then I'd say no. So for me, I think Grealish brings a bit more in the attacking side of things. And I'm buying Grealish simply because only, actually, if he's the right money and he's willing to take time on the bench as well, because you ain't going to get guaranteed first-team football at United. You have to be on a different scale to get that, and that scale is the likes of Rashford, Martial, Bruno, them types of players. They're the ones who you guarantee are going to get first-team football. So for me, no, I'm leaving Van der Beek. You know what? Great player, but right now, Sancho's the one I want. I'm just all in on Sancho. I don't want anyone else, and it's as simple as that for me. Who asked the question? I answer. That's what I say anyway. Yusuf, where are you, Yusuf? Let's see what he says. Next. Yusuf, sorry. Apologies for the names again. You know how crap I am with names. I'm useless with the YouTube ones, as funny as they are. But the Instagram ones, forget it. If I say it wrong, I apologise in advance. It's just the way it is and the way I am. Simple as that. Our next fixtures, we spoke about this the other day, a couple of shows back. I see United not dropping many points at all. I'll probably get United dropping 4 points. That's how confident I am. That will put us just under 70 points, I think. It is going to be a record season for points scored for getting into the Champions League, i.e. fourth, because the point tally is so low at the moment. I mean, the last few seasons, it's been way over 70. I think the best it's been is 80-odd, but I think we're going to be looking at 60-odd points is going to get you in that top 4 position this season. So for me, it is all about getting the wins. Performances can go out of the window. I do not care. I just feel like we have got more in our locker to handle this at the moment. Official Daz. Let's see what he's saying. Official Daz, what are you saying? How close can we get to challenge if we sign a few top players? Challenging for the title, you mean? Sancho comes in. Comfortable third for me. Just how I feel about it, the way we're playing at the moment. And just that confidence that I've got in how our players are playing and the individual players that are in probably the best form that they've ever been in for United. And you can add Bruno too. That I know he's only been here a few games, but he's playing well. We've got a Gallo coming off the bench who's good. Martial, top form. Rashford, top form. You know what I mean? You bring Pogba back. If he hits it, then game over for me. Game over on a different level. I just feel like we're just in a more confident sort of frame of mind than a lot of other clubs. We haven't really done any moaning about the situation. So for me, I just feel like, yeah, comfortable third if we bought in Sancho. What is going to take us to that next level? Well, the maturity of a lot of the players that are in the squad right now will help. Another year on is going to help a lot of our players. We need to be experienced in winning games. We need to build a mentality as well as bringing players in. We've got a decent squad at the moment, a good nucleus. We just need to start winning and getting that winning mentality. I still remember, as good as we have been, I don't think we've won 3 games in a row. Have we in the league yet? I can't even remember. That's poor. So, yeah, as good as we do look, the mentality and the winning mentality has to come into it before I get even anywhere near confident about us challenging. You can have all the players in there, and some people will put this down on Ollie as well, unless you've got the manager to get you through it and get you that winning mentality, like you can go on that field and win every single week, then it doesn't matter. You ain't going to challenge. So we need to be building a belief that we're going on that pitch and we're going to win every single game. Until we get that confident, I don't see it, even with players coming in. It will help because that winning mentality comes with them players like Bruno. Never say die attitude. The more of them we've got, the better chance of getting to that standard and that mentality of winning games is going to be there, isn't it? That's how I see it. I just feel we're a little bit off it yet, so not quite, but definitely good enough to get in third, just below City and Liverpool. I'm just going to go to a few of the comments as well now. Let's mix it up a bit. Adam, for the life of me, I can't understand why we continue to overlook a CDM. In my opinion, it's a crucial position that needs solved. If Pogba and Bruno are to play together, important as Sancho, yeah, the deal, we spoke about this on United Stand, actually. We haven't got one. We've got Matic, and that's it. People are saying, why are you putting Matic in that role next to Bruno to play against Spurs? Why am I putting Matic there? Because I'm a firm believer in player who plays that position, in that position. No round pegs in square holes. I'm sick of that. We've been doing it for years, and it's got us absolutely nowhere. Matic is a holding midfield player, the only one in the club, the only one in that first team at the moment. Fred's not that player. He's really not. And neither is McTominay. McTominay's more of an 8. He's an up box-to-box player, and so is Fred. McTominay is adding more and more to his game as he progresses, and he will be one of, I always said that McTominay is going to be like a Nicky Butt style sort of player and figure around Manchester United. That's how I see him. He's got the perfect mentality and Yeah, he's not going to get ahead of a Pogba or a Bruno when they're fit and playing. He is going to play a role, though. There is a part for him to play. And for me, the holding midfield role needs looking at. It does. I'd say that was a position. I said it right side attack and holding midfielder. Partey would be ideal. That sort of player. That's what we need. Do you know any holding midfielders? What, Partey, like I just said, King, Caribbean? I'd say that was one. Ideal. We see what he did against Liverpool. Made for the role. Ready-made, ready to go. Let's just see what we got here. Ravish Sharma. Adam, what do you think about Federico Chiesa as an alternative to Sancho? I honestly don't know enough about him to even comment on that, mate. I'll be honest. I've seen the rumours, and like anyone, you try and find some clips of how he is, but for me, he doesn't stand out. He doesn't stand out. Right now, if you're comparing him to a Sancho, and we're going to act like Manchester United should be acting, then it should be all in on Sancho. He's perfect for this team. And we should be bending over backwards to get him. I don't care about anyone else right now. Ideal but unrealistic is Kimmich. Sorry, I missed that one there. Is Kimmich for CDM? Mark, I don't know really, mate. I mean, Kimmich... Was it Kimmich? The most touches in the Bundesliga, it said. Most touches out of any player in the Bundesliga. Says a lot, doesn't it? Guy is good, but another German leaving Germany, especially Bayern? Nah, can't see it. I think it's too far gone, to be honest, that one. I don't think we could ever see him coming into United team, especially. I think you'd be lucky to see him in the Premier League, to be honest. I think we play Fosu Mensah as a destroyer. Yeah, but destroying is not the issue. Fred can destroy. It's then the next bit, the passing, moving it on from there. Have you got the player and the capabilities to read the game like Matic does? His legs are going, we know. He ain't going to last forever, which is why the CDM is important. But Fosu Mensah, I mean, he has got a lot to do to even convince me that he is going to be good enough to play in a United shirt. I still don't see it in him. Yeah, you could say he's been unlucky. He's not had enough game time or enough chance to prove himself. When he went on loan, was he playing in the right position at Fulham? He looked horrible at Fulham. But let's be honest, where is his best position? Quickly go into some of the questions again on Insta. Jack16, where should we play Van der Beek? Touched on that one already, mate. Number .1, Mank247. Will United drop points against the lesser teams with no crowds around? No, I think United are going to smash the lesser teams. The lesser teams, all they have is an atmosphere against United. That's their 12th man and what they live for. Yeah, you can say they're going to put everyone behind the ball. It's down to us to then break that defensive setup down. But without that 12th, you do not realise how important the fans are. And I'm not saying this arrogantly because I go to all the games, but you know, when you go to the away grounds, especially the smaller clubs, they thrive off the atmosphere and getting on United's back. When they make one mistake or one bad pass, that's all gone. I remember going to the smaller club. It's like Sheffield United. All they did was batter us. They lived off the crowd. They hassled and harried us. As soon as we scored a goal, whoa, I'd never seen a team go into meltdown like Sheffield United did. And you couldn't see it on TV. You could see the nervousness in the players. The crowd disappeared. It's amazing what happens. If you've got just the quality players on that pitch, 11 against 11, I keep saying this week on, week out, 11 against 11, it's a different ball game. You can do your 2 banks of 4. You can sit deep. You can try and frustrate us. It's not going to work the same. I just don't see it working the same. It is a case of, yes, you can do it, but if you lose concentration and it is easier to lose concentration, I think, when you've not got thousands of fans on your back baying for blood, expecting a result, then it's totally different. Your concentration levels are way, way, way out. And we've seen it in teams playing like Arsenal getting beat by Brentford. I mean, this happens. This happens. If you're not concentrating right, anything can happen. But if you just play to your capabilities, which I think United can, and United are the most under pressure team in the league. I don't care what anyone says. You can talk about Cities and Liverpool's. It's nothing. It's nothing. No one looks for that fixture at the start of the season. It's as simple as that. Everyone looks for Man United. When we play United, when we go into Old Trafford, to stifle them, to sing louder than the home fans, which a lot of them do. I know what I mean. We give our all, but Old Trafford is a bit of a quiet stadium these days. Everyone knows that. That's why we're going to the singing section and the allocated standing section, which is coming in as well, just to try and bring some atmosphere back. And you know what? These away fans come to Old Trafford fully expecting to surprise United every time now. They're going to sing, they're going to get on the backs, they're going to try and make it so the home fans turn on their players, which they do at Old Trafford easily. It's gone. Paul Pogba with no one on his back. Well, you're going to see something like a freestyle video then, aren't you, with Pogba on the pitch? It's a different ball game. It really is. Look how good our players look in pre-season when we go away, when no one's shouting at them, when it's just like a fun atmosphere, or there's not many people in there who are expecting high expectations. You're just there to watch the football. That's pretty much what it's going to be like. Yeah, there'll be noise there and it'll be a bit of an atmosphere, but in pre-season, it doesn't really matter. That's how I see it in terms of the atmosphere. That's how I see it, like pre-season, pressureless atmospheres. That's what United are going to be playing in every week. It's rumoured just come out, actually. It's not a definite yet, but the Europa League is going to one-match knockout, and the final is going to be on the 21st of August. So United in a one-off game from the quarterfinals onwards. Because let's be honest, we've pretty much put to bed Lask. That's gone, isn't it? 5-0. Even if we play the second leg, it doesn't really matter. But from the quarterfinals onwards, apparently it's going to be one leg, neutral venue, and that's it, basically. Win that game, go through to the next round, quick fire. Only going to benefit United. Let me see what else we got here in the comment section. Brent, Adam, do you think a striker is priority this window? I think we can look to strengthening other positions. So, this is what I mean. The striker situation for me isn't essential, especially now that we've signed Igalo. But we spoke about this on United Stand. It comes to the January next season, which Igalo is contracted to now, and we're fighting on 2 or 3 fronts, maybe 4 fronts in terms of what we want. And then Igalo goes back and we go down to 3 strikers. And we all know how easy it is for Rashford or Martial to get injured. We've seen it all the time. Then, you know what, we're in trouble. So is a striker a priority. Even with Igalo signing, there is a case for it. Let's see what we've got. Love it when Matic interacts with the fans. Yes, Matt. Oh, Matic. We're going to do the beard's going soon, people, as well. Start of the season, it's gone. It's doing my head in now. Can't control it. I don't know how people do it. You're either lucky with a beard and it grows straight and isn't irritating, or I think it just out and out just grows like a hobo. That's where I'm heading down at the moment. Everyone says I look older. So, yeah, I'm going babyface again for the Tottenham game, definitely. Let's see what else we got here. Chris Wesling, guys, always on. How you doing, mate? I can't stand the fact that Pogba publicly said he wanted to leave and he is still here. Applies to Rooney as well. Thing is, mate, if you watch that Rooney interview with Gary Neville, that says it all, really. They're the standards that the fans... Rooney was speaking for the fans. I understand where you're coming from when you say Rooney said he wanted to leave. Rooney was in a team that was winning the Champions League, and then Ronaldo went, Tevez went, and he's seeing Obertan, Michael Owen, and Valencia coming in, and he goes knocking on Ferguson's door, asking what's going on. Yeah, he got the answer we all expected. The door slammed in his face, but he went asking the questions. He went, why I'm at Manchester United. I want to be competing. These were his words. I want to be competing at the highest level. And we just got rid of 2 of our best players and brought in a load of crap, respectively, compared to them 2. So Wayne Rooney went and asked the question. His ambitions were bigger than what United's were at the time, which you can't really fault. The guy is the leading goal scorer at the club. And you know what? Maybe it was Rooney that prompted us to actually spend some more money. Yeah, the Pogba one is a little bit different. I'm not even going to compare the two. I was for Pogba leaving. I thought there was no way back. I remember watching everyone saying exactly the same thing. How can you play for Man United when you said and stated in the summer that you want to leave, and you've got that idiot of looking that up? It's not right. It really isn't right, because you've got players there who do anything to play for the club, and you're there picking and choosing what you want to say in interviews. He's hardly played all season, but at the end of the day, he's here, and there's nothing we can do about it now. So for me, if he's willing to put the effort in, earn his corn, and that's where some people would say he doesn't deserve to come straight back into the team. He's got to earn his way back in. Right now, I do like against Tottenham, because I don't think Jose Mourinho's expecting it. I really don't think he's expecting it. And I think Pogba has got a big point with Jose Mourinho as well. That's why I'm looking at it tactically. Pogba 100% for the rest of the games, then go in the summer whenever, and fair enough. Fair enough. But if you want to put it in right now and do what's necessary to get back in that top four and back in the Champions League, and then we'll have a look. Maybe he's the one. Maybe he's going to be the key. Maybe he's going to be the difference in this final few games. I play Pogba. I don't like what he said, but what can we do right now? I can't believe he's still at the club after what he said. But then again, he probably knows he's made a massive mistake by saying what he said, because no one could afford him and come in for him. We'll see what happens with Pogba in the summer. But right now, he's a United player, and I think he needs to come in. Alien Tenno with the super chat. Cheers, buddy. Europa League will be in Germany after Prem over. Is that a definite, mate? I've not heard anything. I've just seen a little clip come up. But if you can confirm that, mate, be ideal if you could. What else have we got here? Adam, are you related to Matic? Our daughters have the same birthday. We're the same height. I'm slightly heavier. I'm more of a heavyweight. People say I look like him. But no, we definitely know. No relation. I've just gone along with the joke, and it kind of stuck. Some reason, people started calling me Adam Matic. I put it on my socials, and yeah, it stuck. So I'm playing along with it. It's a bit of a joke thing. Don't know what I'll do when he goes. I'll have to change it up. Some people say I look more like bleeding Michael Carrick with the beard, though. Oh, God. That's not good. Two of the oldest people at the playing staff at United. I know he's set up, Carrick, but yeah, everyone's saying I'm looking old, so it's yes in Germany. Tenno says I don't mind Germany, no issue there. Let's see what else we got on here. Kush, what have you got to say, buddy? Hi, Adam. Do you think Fred/McTominay could do a job as a sole holding midfielder, or do we have to play Matic? I think I just answered this, but if you have just come in to the live stream, Kush, I'd play Matic, mate. It's as simple as that. I'm not for round pegs in square holes. I know numbers are thin in CDM, and someone brought up Jemba a minute ago. Not for me, Jemba. Not at this time of the season. It's pivotal, but Fred, he can do a job. He's a good destroyer, and he has been one of our best players recently. I can't knock him. McTominay is the same. But if we're going to play players for the positions, Matic, all the way. All the way. Just DTS, how are you doing, kid? Adam, what do you think about Jude Bellingham? Do you think that he will be one of the best midfielders in the world, or will he come to United? It's one of them, innit? There's that little clause that has been mentioned about we've got to buy his brother along with him or something like that, just to make that deal happen. But now Dortmund are in on it. I know what Dortmund are like for picking up young English players. I mean, case in point in Sancho from City. Do we take the risk on having to go back to Dortmund and spend 50, 60 million in a few years, or do we take him now and nurture him through? Now, he plays a sort of holding midfield role that I've seen for Birmingham. Is he want to learn off Matic for a couple of seasons? I don't know. He does look good. I've not seen enough of him to say he's going to be world-class, though, but he does look good. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Aston Field. I don't understand, Rick, about Rashford. One of the most underappreciated seasons by a United player post-Fergie until his injury. Mate, 100% 100% agree. Rashford is going to be world class. He pulled United out of some shocking performances earlier on in the season. He's had no credit at all. All this bigging up of Martial, that Martial is on a different level. I don't see the difference in him. I think Rashford, if I had to pick one right now, I'd pick Rashford over Martial. I'm not going to, because I think they both play their best football when they're together. They come as a two. They are so much better. If you watch them, they are better. Jordan Henderson FC out there says Rashford is a good player, but United fans overrate him. No, we don't. We don't overrate him at all, mate. I tell you what, you ask Gareth Southgate, first name on his team sheet, it's Rashford. I'm telling you right now, it's Rashford. People need to understand how good he has got this season. For where he's leading goal scorer, and he's still not far off it now, and he's had 2 months out. You know what I mean? And you know what was his record against the top 6 this season? Played 8, scored 9. Big occasion player. There's not many who can post that record. Definitely not likes of Lukaku. So for me, says it all. If you're going to do that against the top teams, then definitely. Let me see. Who else have we got in here now? Rashford, frightening potential, says Mick. Yeah, mate, he has. For the age he is, he's only going to get better. He could become United's all-time leading goal scorer easily. The amount of goals he's got now, he could take Rooney. Under the right management and treated right. Rashford, I'm going to say this now, will be United's all-time leading goal scorer. Simple as that. That's how I see it. And there's no reason. There's nothing really to argue against it. His record now is probably better than what Rooney's and Ronaldo's was when they first started at United. So if he continues, keeps his head screwed on, then Rashford will be United's all-time leading goal scorer. It's as simple as that. I'm telling you. Statement made. I'm waiting for all the people who disagree now. Let's see. Who else have we got in here now? Let's see. What a great name. Vernon Lobo. Love that. If it is your real name or not, still love it. Adam, could you see a 4-4-2 diamond so that we can play Pogba as a 10 to accommodate Fred along with Bruno and Matic? I see where you're going with it. You've got to think then straight away to Ollie's managerial capabilities, his in-game tactics. That's where it's going to be. And that's where Ollie's going to be judged this season, I think. Because it's all down to him now. It's tactics. You know what I mean? There's no atmosphere. There's no pressures. The pressures are the players performing and the players playing for the managers now. That's all it is. Like I keep saying, it's 11 against 11. Who's got the better tactics? We've all got fully fit squads. We've all got our best players back. Manager's got to put them in and make them work. So that's where that question probably gets answered. Is Ollie got what it takes to change the formation and the system, especially mid-game? That's where it's counted and gone against him, I think. But for me, definitely one to be thought about. But are we just trying to find the formation to fit all the players in instead of playing the best one that suits what we've got and our best attributes? Our best attributes now, believe it or not, is creative midfield. Can you believe we're saying that? How many times have we been going on saying we ain't got any creation at all? No players who've got a footballing brain to make things happen. Since Bruno's come in, we've just been spoiled. And we're all hoping that Pogba adds to that, I know. But Pogba, we just don't know. Like we just spoke about then, we don't know he's going to come back. He's raring to go. All the signs are good. So let's see. And it would be nice for him to stick one on Jose as well. It really would. I can see that happening. I really can. Score predictions for the Spurs game. I'm going 3-1 United for that. That was up on the questions before. Shaman, what you saying? If we don't get top 4 with this squad, to take this talented bunch forward, we need to be ruthless and go ahead with Poch then. I think Poch is nailed on for Newcastle. To be honest, by the time Premier League season's over, we'll still be playing in the FA Cup and the league, and I think Newcastle will just get that all done and dusted. All done and dusted and tied up. Bruno is like a Cantona signing, major difference. Yeah, you could say that. I agree with that. He's made a massive influence. I've never seen someone make a bigger influence as Bruno for a long, long time at United. I definitely agree with that. What's that? Mark Williams saying that no width with the diamond. Remember the Everton game? Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know. Depends, doesn't it? With width at the moment. Who's our out-and-out wingers apart from Dan James? Rashford's always going to cut in. So for me, it's hard to play with that width. It's hard to play. It's just you'd want a sort of striker in there like a Lukaku. For width, I thought we should have played that style with Lukaku. Someone who's big and can get balls into the box. Width these days, it's sort of a different ball game altogether. You're always expecting him to cut in and shoot. I mean, even Greenwood did it. I think it was the Partizan game where he cuts in from the right, shoots top bins. It's weird. That's the width thing, I think, is now all about the fullbacks. It's a simple. Fullbacks are everything in terms of width right now. Look at Liverpool. You know what I mean? The fullbacks are everything. You have to have so much more in your locker. That's why I think Brandon Williams is going to be good. I just think that wingers are a dying breed. The out-and-out wingers are a dying breed now. They really are. They really are. Let's see. Mick Colton says, Bruno has character of something we've lacked for years. Definitely agree with that. Saif says, do you think Ollie will use 2 defensive midfielders? God, I hope not, mate. Do you think his tactics will be negative? Because against the big teams, he always plays 3 centre-backs. 3 centre-backs, I know people have said he might do that against Tottenham, to be honest. If he goes in and matches up against Jose Mourinho's team, then we're playing into Mourinho's hands. That is a bit of a worry with me. I just think we need to play United now. There's no one in the last 9 games, that we need to be defensive against. There isn't. There's no big teams left. You could say Spurs, but they're not big anymore. Leicester last game of the season. The season will probably be all over by then. Go out and play a United style. Go and play your style of football now. That's what I want to see. What's your identity? Perfect opportunity because it's the first time we've ever had a full squad to choose from. Players in every position, so no excuse. Negativity, I will be pissed off if that starts coming out now in these last few games with everyone having the rest that they've had. No excuse. Simple as that. Let me see what else we got here. Kush, again, what are you saying? Adam, if you sang the Matrix chant, I'd be creased. Yeah, I'm not going to do it, mate. Kids, misses, everyone's upstairs. I'm not going to sing it. No, not happening at all. You may see it when I do a live match day vlog. Yes, it will be live. If you wanted to join me, up to you people. But me, Paul, and Owen will all be watching the match live. So, yeah, get your children's earplugs in. Get whoever you don't want to be listening to that out of that room. Soundproof your room. Lock yourself in for a good 2-hour stint with us free. Because, yeah, if you've never seen me watch a game before, then you may be in for a bit of a surprise. This calm persona that is me right now leaves me. It exits my body every time match day starts. It's as simple as that. I turn into a different human being. I'd probably say more of an animal, to be honest. Ask everyone. Ask anyone. Ask Said, Fleck, any one of them. Ask them what happened at Everton. When people were asking me, United fans were telling me to calm down. I was bouncing around that much. People were telling me to calm down. It's just the way I watch football. I'm probably going to get in a lot of trouble in this lockdown because I'm not at the game and I'm in the house. Will I be able to control the language? I try my best for the channel's sake. I should be saying for the kids' sake, really, shouldn't I? But no, I will be watching every single game, hopefully live on the channel as well. So, yeah, if that was something that you would be wanting to have a laugh about and join in with, then, yeah, definitely tune in for that because that will be entertaining, to say the least, energetic. And I'm going to have to make sure that my webcam and everything is going to be positioned in a safe environment or safe place. Benjamin Gibson. Score prediction, first game back. 3-1 United, mate. Easy. As long as Ollie doesn't match up against Jose and play defensive. Let's see, mate, can't wait for kickoff, mate. I'm counting days. It's a week, innit? Yeah, it's a week today for the first game, the Wednesday game. Oh, definitely. Let's see what else we got here. Leeds or Liverpool? Which team do you think about in terms of what rivalry? I always said I grew up watching United in the 80s, and there was one rivalry that stuck out a mile. Yeah, the games against Liverpool are always share the players and stuff like that, but the Leeds against United games, they just roll from the pitch to the crowd to before to after. It's like a dungeon. It's just like hell in a cell. That's what it is with United and Leeds come to town, wherever it may be, Ellen Road or Old Trafford. Hell in a cell is what I would describe that game as. There's no rivalry like it. They despise us, and we are the same with them. It's as simple as that. And when they come up next season, which they will, then get ready for fireworks. You ain't seen nothing like it. There's a lot of young United fans who don't understand the rivalry with Leeds. Let me tell you, you can forget about City and Liverpool. When it comes to Leeds, that's a hatred. That's a hatred. Anyone who knows or anyone who's old enough, let me know in the comments. See if you agree. I'd be surprised if you didn't agree, because it is another level rivalry. Alien Tenno, super chat, cheers, buddy, very much. Nice contribution as always, mate. Over the years, I've ripped 2 TVs off the wall. Mate, you need to be sectioned 2 off the wall. Oh, God, it's like them social, not social ones, the memes. The guy who jumps at his TV, actually drop kicks his TV off the stand and then starts battering it while it's on the floor. Yeah, no, I don't think I would. Yeah, horrible, but yeah, mate, totally agree. This is all the lead stuff now. How did they sell Cantona to us? Because they were stupid. That's why, mate. And Cantona pretty much made that happen. And the fact that Leeds wanted a United player, approached United for Irwin first, and then it came about that Cantona was kicking up a bit of a stink at Leeds. Ferguson just took the opportunity, bang, and the rest, as they say, is history. Completely. That's how he got him. I'm sure I just answered that one, but it came on a super chat as well. Cosman, hopefully that answers your question as well, mate. But yeah, that's how we got him. It was by chance, complete luck, and nothing else. Because we were even inquiring about him. It was Leeds coming to us for Irwin first, and that's how it came about. Crazy times, but transfers were done differently then. Yeah, Aston, mate. Leeds away next year. Oh, can you imagine that? First game back or something like that after lockdown, and it's Leeds away. Yeah, I guarantee if that was a fixture now, that the police wouldn't let that be played. That would have to be played at neutral grounds. Simple as. Definitely. Let's see. Never been so hyped for an event to happen than I am for this Prem restart. It's the fact it's unusual for us to have this break, 3 months drought, and we're all excited to get football back. Mate, it goes without saying that. You pretty much nailed everyone's thinking with that one there. Bang on. What have we got here? What's these ones now? Everett or Wan-Bissaka? Silly question. I'm not going to lie, that's a silly question. But Wan-Bissaka's had a great first year, probably one of our players of the year, definitely up there, but every all day long. Right now, Bissaka's not there yet. It's too hard to even compare that. What's this one now? SJR, loving the questions flying in now, people. How many seasons would you give David Hay before replacing him with Hendo? Sentiment aside, I would say 1 more season, depending on how well we do next season. Yeah, De Gea in next season. I think that's where United are going when they've extended Henderson's contract, or they're rumoured to be extending his contract. And it's been a case of, yeah, see how next season finishes, playing next season. And then I think De Gea's contract is close to coming anyway. So maybe then that's when it will happen. Because keepers can go on for years, can't they? Have you ever been in any trouble at football? Silence is the ultimate answer on that one, Aston, mate. Have I told you? Oh, God. Upton Park, mate. That's all you need to know. Upton Park. Remember the 5-3 game, if anyone remembers it? 5-3. David Beckham chipped David James with that ridiculous goal. I think he scored 2 that game. I think Solskjaer scored. Beckham got a penalty as well. I think Nicky Butt scored a cracker as well in that game. It went off. Yeah, there weren't many. I think it was ill for days after that, I'll be honest. But yeah, that one comes to mind. Say no more. I'm not going to get myself in any trouble. Let's see. So Mick, yeah, the hair under pressure this season been put. I said this the other day, in a question. I think it was on United Stand. I said the hair needs to change his game. He's been used to being the number one defensive line, and you can see how much we've improved in defence with the likes of Wan-Bissaka and Maguire, because he's not having to do as much. And that's where I think De Gea is struggling, making silly mistakes because he's not constantly in the game. And for me, he needs to change his game now and realise that he's got better defenders in front of him. He needs to switch on a little bit more because he's not going to have as much to do. So when it does come to the point when there's a shot coming in, he's made a few more mistakes. I feel like that has been a big part of it, because let's not forget, 4 seasons in a row, De Gea play with the season. That's with the likes of Jones and Smalling in front of him. What do you expect? He's going to be making 10 or 12 saves a game. Now he's not. Now we're actually not conceding shots, and he's just got to change his game. I'm sure he's got to command his box better. He really does have to command his box. He doesn't come off his line enough for me. I think Romero even does that better than what he does. Henderson definitely does it. And that's the next line. He's just not as good on the ball or coming out, playing the sweeper style for me, like a lot of keepers are. There's one good one. Lobo. Arsenal lost 3-2 to Brentford. I know, mate. I know. Bad times, isn't it, for Arsenal? Bad times. But that's an interesting one. I wanted to touch on that, actually, get everyone else's thoughts on it, who they feel. So we've got a top 6, so-called top 6. People are asking me. I mean, Owens asked me, who comes on the show every Sunday. You know, Owens says it. He sees Newcastle being a threat. I said Newcastle and the likes of Everton, big, rich owners. But we've seen what's happened with City now. I know they're being strangled with their money and for what UEFA are doing with financial fair play. It's not like they can come in and spend like Abramovich did and what Sheikh Mansour did for City now. It's different. Yeah, they're going to invest. I think it'll be more investment in infrastructure rather than squad. That's how I see it. So by that, I mean, you'll get a better manager. You'll get a Poch in there at Newcastle. You'll get decent players. You won't have to sell your best young players. They may change the season ticket pricing to try and bring more money in. Maybe upgrade St. James's Park even more. I think Newcastle probably got a bit more of an advantage than Everton because they've got better gate revenues to balance the books. Whereas Everton are having to buy a new stadium. So that's what I mean. The money will be spent, but it'll be spent in areas where you don't necessarily see it. That's how I feel about that, because they have to. They have to prove that they're earning money through the club, and it's not just their money that's being spent. They can't do it anymore. It's not the same as it used to be. And we can see with City now, when has City really spent millions and millions and millions since they first took over the Sheikhs? So it's what it is. They just spent well and they targeted well, and they had a director of football who knew his job. That was the difference with City. That was the difference. I feel like Newcastle, even if they did come good, Everton come good, all they're going to do is replace Spurs and Arsenal, because it says it there, doesn't it? When you're a club and you're trying to run it right, it gets you nowhere, especially if you go and spend that much money on a stadium. 175 million is just borrowed from the bank, Tottenham, and not a penny of it's being spent on playing staff. It's all running costs. That's frightening. If I was a Spurs fan, I'd be trembling right now. So Newcastle coming good, just going to replace Spurs. Just going to come in and take over Arsenal. Same with Everton. They'd make it right. There's no worry for me. You're never going to get as big as the big clubs. Newcastle have got a great setup. Don't get me wrong. It's the best stadium to go to in terms of location, right in the middle of the town centre. But they're never going to be a United or Liverpool, someone like that. They're never going to be there. Better times are coming, no doubt about it. I'm not worried a bit, though. I'm really not. Look at our record away at Newcastle anyway. We never bleeding win there. We always play crap. So what difference did it make? To get better, we probably got a better chance. You know what I mean? The expectation levels, people don't take that into consideration. Can they handle the pressure of being someone who's expected to play better now, rather than trying to be a bombshell and try and ruin another team's season like they always are? That's the difference. That's why I'm not scared. Really not. Spurs are in free for all. Simple as that. Free for all. Arsenal going the same way. No money to spend. Stadiums to pay for. Players who want to leave. I mean, if Aubameyang leaves, where's Arsenal's goals? You know what I mean? Wow. Now that is a club in turmoil. Same with Spurs. 1 or 2 players leave, they're done. How are they supposed to replace that defence when they've got no money? There's no value in Alderweireld and Vertonghen anymore. I mean, Aurier at the back. Are you kidding me? Come on. No fear at all. So you can forget about Arsenal and Spurs next season. They're not even in it for this season. Yeah, there'll be the odd game where they might beat us. Hopefully it's not next week when we play Spurs. But no fear whatsoever. Not in them two at all. And Newcastle, yeah, it'd be all right for a time. But they ain't going to challenge for the league. Not in my opinion. Not in my opinion. It's all going to come down to the end of the day. Everyone can get the same wages. So which club are you going to go? You're going to go to the big name. It's simple as. It's the way it's always been in Spain and Germany. It's the same in England. If you're offered United on the same money as Newcastle, where are you going? Where are you going? Chelsea, on the other hand, if their plans come together, they have been linked with some good players. Already signed 2, really, in Werner and what's the name? Oh, God, I forget the player's name from Ajax now. Well, Ziyech, that's the one. And then they're talking Havertz as well. If they get their targets, then they're going to be a threat next season, it would seem. So I'd be more concerned about Chelsea rather than anyone else coming through. But Chelsea's always been there. Chelsea have always been a threat. And no, not worried about anyone else. Listen, people, I didn't expect it to go on for over 50 minutes. I was thinking an half an hour show tonight. But cheers for everyone who's come on, left a question, commented in the comment section. Everyone who's left a super chat, appreciate it very much. The channel is growing and growing and growing. Like I said, we hit past 8,000 subscribers the other week. And just want to say again, massive thank you for everyone. If you are watching for the first time, hit that subscribe button. Give the video a like. Give the video a share. As always, I'll be back at weekend. Let's see what happens these next few days. Oh, it's a week. The Premier League's a week away, people. We're actually going to be doing match day previews and vlogs. Back to normal football. Yes. Anyway, take it easy, people. Enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe. I will catch you at weekend. Bye-bye.